Alright, so what's going on?
I have these rashes on my arm and my neck. I don't know if they're what it is.
It looks like possible monkeypox I want to test for.
Are you sick? Monkeypox?
What would be the...
No, you
Yes. Taping me?
Yeah, of course.
What would be the...
do you not turn this off at the 1 minute point? Thank you.
Yeah.
What would be the treatment if it's monkeypox?
You're not.
How long- where did you go?
It has to be.
No, we're turning off, but where did you go to medical school? We're just here. We have OCD.
Going to San Francisco on Sunday. Hope the pizza isn't covered in broccoli. Congratulations, San Francisco! You've ruined pizza!
We were just in the doctor's office and she said that she thinks you had monkeypox. What was your initial reaction?
I was like, I hope not.
Josh is looking really bad since he's gotten back from Puerto Rico. But there have been events going on. A streamer, a TikToker, Pow Envy showed up to hang out with him for a while. Mr. Based committed a crime that might send him to prison, and he had to be coerced to go to the doctor's office in order to get his skin infection healed. And obviously you heard there that Mr. Based, he's trying to get that ad revenue, baby. On YouTube, it's 8 minutes if you want to get the ka-ching. On TikTok, if it's over a minute, you get, I don't know, 12 cents a million views or something like that, you know? The pay rates aren't great, but Mr. Based, he's got to milk Josh for all he can, especially with the pending legal complications that he's going to be brought with, embrace, and really just own. Now, obviously, there's been a lot of developments that have gone on, and there's some things we have to discuss. It's just, I feel bad for Josh through all of this because he just, like, doesn't know any better, and he lives this, like, you know, a lot of people like to talk about living in an echo chamber or living in a vacuum. That's Josh's life. Like, all of his interactions outside of Mr. Based are just through his phone. And now that it's finally coming to life how terrible of a person Mr. Based is, maybe this can teach Josh to stay away. I don't think it's going to. But first, we're going to start out with that previous streamer, TikToker I mentioned, Pow Envy. You might have seen him. He is the Roblox streamer that made people come clean his room. That's what he's most notorious for. But he hung out with Josh when he got back from Puerto Rico, and he gives some of his takes on Mr. Based, Josh, the whole situation. So it's kind of enlightening because we usually just see what Mr. Based and Josh show. So let's get into it.
It just depends on Josh, because like I think Josh is cool. I'd hang out with him. Like I like people, bro. I'd hang out with Josh off stream. So slick, whatever, bro. But no, I'd hang out with Josh. I want to go on one of his tours, bro. But Mr. Bass, I don't know. He's not really my vibe. Did Based murder? I don't know. I got no idea, bro. Like, I don't know. That's the cop's job. I don't want to call him a murderer because, well, that's defamation. I can't, I can't, I don't want to speculate on that. You guys make your own opinions. Personally, I'm devil's advocate. I really think he might have like had some ideas about it, but I don't think he caused it.
Basically, I've alluded to the Mr. Based situation type deal that a lot of people have been accusing him of. And to give a brief synopsis, he basically is alleged to have Bill Cosby'd a young 20-year-old woman in a bar, and she passed away from that. And so he has never outright come out and said that this never occurred. There is an entire thread, there's documents you can go look up, and once again, Mr. Based is kind of notorious for going after people that criticize him for this, that shouted at him for this, and we're going to see that pretty soon when he gets in a fight with a air quote journalist that comes up and tries to ask him questions related to that. So everything in this video will be alleged, but that is a former pimp who was involved, was around, was associated with the group that this girl was in, and she passed away, and he has talked about, and even Pow Envy. Now, I can't say this guy's name either. I know, YouTube censorship out of control, but the guy who took kids to the island, we all know who we're talking about, right? Well, Pow Envy explained that he made a joke about that guy to Mr. Based, and Mr. Based explained that he had offered some of his girls, because he was a pimp, to this island man, and that all of these accusations, that's not who this guy actually was. That's not true. So, if that gives you any clear indication as to the type of person that Mr. Based truly is, I don't think it's too far-fetched. I will not outright come out and say yes or no, because who knows? This happened a while ago. The cops haven't convicted him. Innocent until proven guilty, I guess, but based on how horrible of a person Mr. Based is, I think we can all come to our own conclusions and leave it at that.
People get mad at Mr. Based. They go to his stream and they spend money to call him these bad things, which aren't going to do anything. You're just giving the guy more money. Dude, if you actually care, you shouldn't be dropping money to talk crap. Nobody takes his money. But I don't think, Based making $3K off of Josh sitting there for 2 hours and then giving him $300.
So Pow Envy kind of confirms what I have been speculating this whole time with Mr. Based, and basically everybody knows that Mr. Based is just a leech. He doesn't actually care about Josh. He's not there to take care of our boy, make sure he's on the straight and narrow and that everything is being transformed in his life. He's just trying to get as many viewers and donators as possible, which is pretty funny because this guy's 50 years old. He's a vegan, he's a loser, and he bots his views on his streams. Every time he's streaming, it says he has 20 to 30K viewers. Impossible. Whenever I stream, as infrequently as that is, my chat moves faster than his is, and I get 400 to 500 viewers a stream, right? So it's a complete loser, and he's so desperate to garner, I don't even know if it's a positive image, but have people talk about him, have himself be relevant, because anytime that you see him in a Josh TikTok or other stream or whatever, he is dancing around in the background, flailing his arms, trying to get the camera's attention. He is so desperate for it. And for somebody with as shady of a background that he has, you might want to slink into the depths of darkness, buddy. That might just be my 2 cents. And so it seems like Josh is maybe getting 10% of payouts per stream. And obviously, as I mentioned previously, Josh's shoutouts on his TikTok offer way more than what he would actually get back in money. And the other thing is, Josh also lives this nomadic lifestyle that if Mr. Based actually cared, why is Josh consistently sleeping in hotels every night? Get him an apartment, bro. All of his money goes to staying in hotels and buying really expensive meals. That's Josh's, and alcohol, obviously. That's Josh's entire life. So Mr. Based has zero interest in trying to further Josh's career into becoming a more stable creator, because one of Josh's TikTok gets deleted. The dude is homeless instantly, right? He just doesn't have the cash for it. He hasn't built up any savings or anything. It's just it's a really sad scenario.
You can only have 5 drinks today. That's just not good, bro. That ain't it. No, I don't know about Danny Mullen. He's helping Josh slowly quit. Bro, you're falling for propaganda, bro. Dude, Mr. Based was it would be him. He'd be the one to go Josh, maybe we get a twisted tea? When we were walking, bro. He would be the one to bring up alcohol.
And this also confirms it, because the first time I ever watched a Mr. Based stream or TikTok or whatever I saw, he tried to explain that well, Josh only had one drink in my apartment. I cut him off. You know, I make sure that he is, you know, doing his due diligence and that nothing bad is going on around here. But it's very obvious that he is doing the opposite of the Quinn effect. Now, Josh's previous manager, Daniel Quinn, is that his name? Whatever, the hot dog stand guy. He has, during his time towards the end, he basically told Josh that you can't drink on your TikTok. Now, he wasn't trying to stop him from drinking. He was just saying you can't drink on TikTok. Mr. Based is kind of doing the reverse. You can't drink off a stream. You have to drink on stream. Hey, let's get you a drink. Because he knows that if he gets Josh all loosey-goosey, that's better content for him. He's going to be able to clip it. He's going to be able to make money off of it. And it's just a really revolting attitude and like perspective that this dude takes. Now, I want to give some preface on what is coming up next. So there's this journalist, as I've said, air quotes, because he's just like a YouTube creator, who has made some videos about Josh before and was trying to make a video about Mr. Based. And so he showed up to Mr. Base's apartment, and I've seen a lot of people talking about how, oh, you can't do that. You can't. Mr. Base has made his apartment public. That's where all the tours start for Josh. It's public information. This isn't hidden. He didn't get doxxed, nothing like that. So he shows up, and an altercation with Mr. Base starts, and I'll give some opinions post that point.
Jason, tell the truth.
What's that?
Tell the truth.
What's that?
Get away from me. Kozu, look, call the cops. Look, call the cops. Get off, call the cops! Call the cops, he's attacking me! Somebody help me! Let the cops me! Please! New York City is a duty to retreat state. You were not using any form of lethal force or deadly force, and he whacked you with a tripod.
That's basically it. We get this like minute and a half clip where the cameraman is filming into the sun so you don't even see anything. Then there's a jump cut, which makes me a bit suspicious as to what's going on. Why not show it in its entirety so that we get the actual context? Maybe I'm misreading it. But then he runs around and tries to follow Mr. Based, and he's bleeding from his forehead, and he's crying and complaining, saying that, somebody help me, somebody help. I mean, that's kind of like, oh man, can I really make a Joker reference here? How pathetic. But it's kind of like, hey, you walk over me as I'm dying on the ground. That whole spiel, right? That's kind of the gist. I mean, you're in New York City. Nobody cares about you. The government doesn't care. Your citizens don't care. It's a cesspool of a city. So he's just wandering around bleeding from his head. Everybody thinks, another homeless guy doing his rounds. You know, I'll throw him 40 cents. He can go get himself a slice of pizza. And I don't really care. Honestly, it's like, it seems like Mr. Base came out with the intentions of creating an altercation. But once again, I can't tell if this clip is cut. I think it is. And so it leads me to think that he's cutting out information that might be detrimental to him. But it looks like Mr. Base is trying to grab the camera. Looks like he might have hit him with a tripod. It's a whole thing. So basically, there's this other character that's showing up in a little bit who talks about the situation. But Mr. Base is now... oh my god, dude, I can't believe it. Ratstar. Keemstar is also in this story, where he alleges that he's sending these private investigators to keep watch of Mr. Based so that he can be sent to jail, or, I don't know, keep watch of him and know what his every movings are. I just... oh man, he just has to insert himself into everything, man. He just can't control himself. Now previously, and I'm not going to cover it here, I don't think I'll cover it at all, on one of the Lolcount Live podcasts, they had Mr. Base show up, and they don't like each other. Keemstar got himself involved, and now, I don't know, Mr. Base may or may not go to jail, who knows. I think he had a hearing on the 22nd of August related to this, so we'll see. I mean, in all likelihood, I don't know what his rap is. Like, does he have a lot of other jail sentences? Who really knows? Has he been convicted of anything else? Like, maybe he can just pay a plea deal and get out of it. I really don't know. I'm not a lawyer. I don't understand the law code. I know you basically get sent to jail in New York City and you just walk right back out. So we'll see Mr. Base back pretty soon. But first we have to get his side of the story.
Josh and I were camped out in my bedroom, chilling out while people were banging on the windows, going crazy. My lawyer negotiated for me to surrender myself for those bullshit fake charges that Alex did when he was squeezing my trachea. He didn't have me in a headlock. He was squeezing my trachea.
So now we get Mr. Bass side of the story. He was basically Thanos gripping him against, I don't know, in thin air. He was going to do a Hulk smash right down to the ground. And I don't think that's true. I really don't. I think that maybe he pushed Mr. Bass when he got in his face, but I don't know. I don't know what the true story is. We'll have to see what further court developments come from this, but Mr. Bass, bad guy. I know, let's clap it up for Saturated Content coming with a great synopsis of this entire story. But once again, I think going back to Josh, he's getting roped into all this stuff that he has nothing to do with, right? Like, yes, he associates with Mr. Bass. He's also an autistic guy who's an alcoholic and has no friends. He has no family. So he's latching on to anybody that's going to give him the attention that he desperately probably needs, and also enable him to live the same lifestyle continuously regardless. So it's a really tough and slippery situation for Josh, because I don't know, man. It's like we have documented crime that Mr. Bass has done, and I don't think it's going to change Josh's mind. He got caviar with him right after the incident anyway that I showed in the beginning. It's just like, it's unfortunate.
My name is Mayor Flanagan, and I'm here to give you an update on my friend, World of T-Shirts, Joshua Block. It's also my understanding that Jason, Mr. Bass, has retained legal counsel through his attorney. He will be answering that criminal complaint, and it's also my understanding that he will be filing a cross complaint against Alex Novell.
I want to include this guy in. Initially, I was like, is this the mayor of New York City? No, it's just some random dude. I don't really know who he is. I think it's worthwhile just to document. There's this random guy who somehow has information about Josh and Mr. Bass. Maybe he's interacted with him in the past, and maybe I've just missed it. Mayor Flanagan, everybody. Let's cheer for Mayor Flanagan. But he basically confirms everything that we know, that Mr. Bass has hired counsel, and that I guess they'll take it to court. And there's now a cross complaint going against Alex from Mr. Bass. So it's going to get messy, I guess. And I guess we'll just have to see how quickly the court system can move. So probably not very fast. But lastly, I want to talk about a really brief clip at the end, because basically Mr. Bass is still streaming and Josh is still there with him. And I feel like a lot of people have just sort of brushed this thing to the side, because I've seen plenty of people saying that Mr. Bass has done nothing wrong. I've seen plenty of people talking about how this Alex guy was a complete baby, screaming and crying, wallowing down the street after he got hit, which is kind of true. But, like, I don't know. It's like, if you're on Mr. Bass's side for basically anything, I think you're on the wrong side of the internet at that point. Mr. Bass is a guy that you point and laugh at, and also deep down you're like, wow, this guy is, he's really messed up. He's done some really messed up things, probably, allegedly, don't sue me. And so, let's just see what this clip is. Is Josh getting messed with by some guy handing out pamphlets?
Hello, sir. Check us out.
No.
We do beer.
No.
Beer chin, anything. Come on.
Get out of my face.
Why not? It's okay. You want a haircut?
I had a haircut. Come on.
It doesn't look that clean, though.
So I wanted to include this part at the very end because Mr. Bass is starting to do something that he hasn't done to my recollection, which is delete streams. So he's been streaming and he's deleted the past couple streams that he's done. And he clipped this, or whoever he hired to clip this, literally during the stream he was doing. Right? I didn't even know that was a possibility, but you gotta slap your big ass logo in the corner because this is a Mr. Bass production. Don't leave any drinks unattended, allegedly. Don't sue me. And let's get our drink on. Let's get our party on. Let's see Josh interact with people in public. And that's mostly the end of the situation, I guess. Who knows what is gonna come from all this, but I don't think Mr. Based is a very based person, and I'm gonna go jump off my balcony for saying that in this video. Either way, guys, hope you enjoyed. Till next time, I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.